Trying to get an interview with any player or coach from that CSI staff. Petosa was really tough on them going in and out of the locker room to start this second half. But I got a chance to catch up with Frankie Scatino, the starting point guard for this Dolphins team. I asked him what coach said in the locker room, and he said it was all about defense. Defense, defense, defense. They came out to start the game on a really bad run with 20 points and staying in single digits themselves for a while. The coach said that they need to pick up the defensive intensity. I asked Frankie personally what he thinks they need to do to come out in the second half, and guess what his answer was?
What?
Defense. So the CSI team needs to come out here, play better defense on Michael Woods, and that is the remedy Coach Petosa and Scatino says will help get this team back into the lead.
Speaking of Petosa being agitated, I even got the external communications and multimedia manager Taylor Polchinski to even tell us that Petosa was furious. He was trying to get us a player to interview, but couldn't happen. He was way too furious. His team is only down by 4. The score right now, 40-36. CSI trying to make a comeback here to get their third title. York trying to get their first title since 2007. It's a grudge match from 2007. These two teams have met twice this season, in which the differential in both games, one game was 2, one game was 5. It's been a great game so far, and it's not a surprise as these games have been close all year long.
And right now, they're only down by 4, and I guess you could say that's a really positive if you're thinking out from CSI's point of view right now, because their defense was up and down the entire first half. Their offense went on such stagnant runs at times where they couldn't get consistent play from anyone. It seems like the only person who was contributing on every play was Cox getting into the post and actually turning around and getting hook jump shots to fall. But other than that, Scatino was inconsistent. Chadwick Myers was non-existent. Bellucci couldn't get his shots to fall. Let's see if the key players on this team who have been here all year long for this 24-win streak of all the games can keep it up in the second half.
Now, both teams this one, when you look at the stats, and we got to thank Shane Black for doing an awesome job in the halftime report. You look at these teams, they have pretty similar numbers except for one key stat. 3-point field goal percentage. CSI has only one 3-pointer in this game so far. They were 1 for 7. That's a 14.3 3-point percentage. While York College came out on all cylinders in the first 5 minutes. 58.3% 3-point field goal percentage. Unbelievable. But what we have to point out is that within the first 5 minutes, York did have an incredible lead. They had a lead around 22-8, with the score being 40-36 right now. Is it possible that CSI actually has the momentum heading into this half?
I guess you could say that, Chris. I mean, technically, I wouldn't say you could feel the momentum in this building for CSI, but they did play better in the second half of the first half in general, the last 10 minutes. And they really pulled it together slowly. It wasn't a big stemming run. It wasn't a bunch of fast breaks. It was getting the ball to the rim, getting the ball to the post, taking foul shots, slowly and meticulously cracking down on that lead. And as you saw, from a 15 to now a 4-point lead, CSI's right back in this ballgame, Chris. And you could say for yourself that in the second half, it may be their half to turn the score around.
Now, Blackburn, you're a coach for a hockey team, not a basketball team, but you're still a coach. And you're used to having your team possibly down at the end of a period. What do you tell your guys heading in to the next period, or in this case, the next half?
Well,
what do you tell them?
It depends a lot on what happened on the previous period. In this one, I would have just told my boys, listen, like Frankie Scatino said, stick to the defense, boys, and KISS. My favorite acronym in all of sports, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. No more alley-oops. No more trying to dunk it off the rebound. Bring down the rebound, go back up. You don't need to be flashy to win a championship. You just need to play ball.
It's a great point. The fact that they've been flashy and they've had their mistakes, they've had their hiccups, and they're only down by 4. It's a lot of luck for CSI at this point, but they are down by 4. We are just about ready. The players are getting onto the courts. We're getting ready for a wild second half of this 49th annual CUNYAC title game. It's the 2014 CUNYAC and Con Edison championship game as the CSI Dolphins look to overcome a 4-point deficit and lock up their third title in a row, while the York Cardinals look to get their first title since 2007. Stories of the first half. Michael Woods had 18 points and 3 assists, leading York. Staten Island's Javon Cox had 12 points. He's keeping his team in the ball game, and you can't forget about Will Fonseca, who had 10 points. A couple of hiccups, though, may have led to his team being down by 4. Michael Woods gets the inbounds pass from Rodriguez, and we are underway here at Nat Holman Gymnasium. Woods has it from the top of the key, passes off to Rodriguez for 3. It's off the mark. The rebound there by number 12, Williams, and a whistle is blown on his way up. So now we're going to see Williams go to the free throw line.
And to start it off, they're going back to what they've been doing. They're working the ball inside and outside right there. You saw the outside attempt for a three, and then a big offensive rebound. They go right back to the rim, and they're going to get the first 2 foul shots of the second half on the line.
And here's the first attempt, and that one is good. It's 41-36. 13 seconds in. We have 19:47 remaining. What will happen this half? The second attempt by Williams, that one's good as well. 6-point lead for the Cardinals early on.
That's Williams' first 2 points of the game. He played 4 minutes in the first half, didn't manage to make a bucket.
Chadwick Myers has it, passes up to Cox, driving towards the basket, and a beautiful play as Cox gets the 2. 42-38.
And that play right there, indicative of what Petosa's telling this team right now. They probably got a nice pep talk on how to break that full-court press, and as you saw, a quick score within 10 seconds.
Michael Woods now has it, contested by the defensive specialist and Kevin King. Driving towards the basket, he's going to knock down Cox on the way up. A whistle will be blown on the play. The foul will be picked up against CSI. As now Michael Woods is going to go to the free throw line already within the first minute, within 40 seconds even. 2 free throw trips for the Cardinals.
Kevin King's got to be careful here. He was arguing that foul call. Was it questionable? Yeah, but you got to make sure you don't get teed up coming into this second half right now.
Woods puts up a free throw now. That's 19 points for him as he's only a point away for 20. Getting ready for his second attempt. 43-38 is the score. And that second attempt is good. They keep their 6-point lead. It's the full court press by the Cardinals. Scatino now has it. He'll pass it off to Matt Van Manen. Van Manen gives off to Cox. Now gives off to Scatino. Scatino looking to call a play. Gives off to Chadwick Myers to the right. Myers passes it off to Kevin King. He can't get past the perimeter. He's thinking about 3. Gives it back to Chadwick Myers. 17 on the shot clock. Trying to go around. Around the perimeter they go. And now here's Scatino. Scatino passes it off to the other side of Chadwick Myers. Myers with the catch. Immediately has defenders in his face. Going towards the basket. Puts up a finger roll. It's no good. The whistle is blown as the ball will go out of bounds. They're going to say it's York's ball.
And that was a great drive there by Chadwick Myers, but it seemed like he was trying to do a little too much right there. Instead of keep the ball moving, he drove on about 3 defenders there, couldn't get the roll, and now York's going to get the ball right back.
How do you defeat this full court press defense, though?
You saw it in their first possession there, Chris. Quick ball movement to the middle of half court. After you get the ball to half court, you have to kick it right back to the wing, to the streaker up the court, which would usually be Cox from the full court inbound pass.
Woods pulls up for a jumper. It looked like it was going to get out, but it bounces back into the rim. That's 2 for him. As now Scatino goes to his left to Cox, and here's Chadwick Myers with it. Has Omar St. John and Woods in his face. Looking around. He's going to pass off to Cox. Cox going towards the basket. He gets the layup. There's 2 for him, 46-40. And DeMeo, you're looking around. What happened?
No, I'm just saying that's exactly what I said, yeah, how you beat it.
Oh, okay. There you go. You called it. You're a genius.
Hit the trailer, Cox, and let him get through to the rim.
Down to the ground goes Scatino. A whistle will be blown. Coming into the game will be Will Fonseca, Luch McGlure as well. Checking out is going to be Kevin King. And we're also going to see now Omar St. John pass the ball in bounds. For CSI, John the Chadwick Myers, Scatino, Blucci, Fonseca, and Cox are on the court. And now York passing in bounds. St. John will give it off to number 12. That's Jerron Williams. Lawson's also in the game for them, along with Woods and Roper. As Lawson spins around, a whistle was blown, and then Chadwick Myers got it, but a foul's called before CSI gets the ball, so York will keep possession.
A late call right there, Chris, and Jonathan Chadwick Myers did not like it, but it is the right call. Just a little late there, as CSI now has the most athletic lineup in the game right now. Let's see if they're going to do some more fast-paced offense and move up and down the court.
Right off the bat, it's 4 fouls for the CSI Dolphins. A timeout's called by York, as it almost looked like they weren't going to get that pass off in time. It's a 6-point lead for the Cardinals. Hey, look, like I said, 4 fouls for CSI already. We're not even at the 2-minute mark in the second half. It's a full timeout called by the Cardinals, so we're actually going to step aside. When we come back, more basketball for you. You're listening to WSIA Staten Island's 88.9 FM.